Welcome back to Moto America. You see the twists, he turns, and the fans coming out. Roger, I think they're going to have record weekend attendance. Roger Hayden, I'm Robbie Floyd, and the fans are out in full effect here in Brownston, Georgia for the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. The Mission King of the Baggers Challenge coming up next, round 2. You may remember, you were there, Roger, back in Daytona, the first stop. Everybody looking for that number 1 to take the victory. And again, the top 6 qualifiers, but Kyle Wyman couldn't hold on to it. Tyler O'Hara grabbed a handful and he would go.
Yeah, Tyler O'Hara, he played the draft perfect, put himself in the right spot the last lap, and slung shot by Kyle Wyman and get the first Mission Challenge win.
Great job by O'Hara and the Indian with the victory. Harley rider Kyle Wyman trying to say something about that as these guys getting ready to line up because they had their second qualifier literally just about 5 minutes ago. So we take our combined best qualifiers, the top 6, and here's how they sorted out. You have Rispoli on that front row, Bobby Fong, Kyle Wyman. I think they should line up the opposite way. Taylor Knapp, Tyler O'Hara, and Travis Wyman on that second row. 3-lap dash for cash. Oh, you gotta love that sound, Roger. My dad used to pick me up. My dad used to pick me up from preschool before I was 5 years old. Uh-oh, who are they pushing it?
Jeremy McWilliams.
Well, I didn't think he was supposed to be out there. I thought he was 7th. I didn't think he qualified for that, so I don't know. Hey, everything, I want to remind everybody, everything I say is officially unofficial. What I know is this is a 3-lap race. $5,000 on the line. You're either first or you're worst.
3 laps, it's going to go by quick. You don't have time to make a mistake.
Look at that. We had guys looking at their clutch levers, everything else. And for whatever, they're letting Williams start from the side there. And maybe his bike wouldn't fire up and they wanted to clear
him off.
Okay, but he got it refired because we saw him spinning in the grass. So he still has a chance, especially if these guys start messing with each other. Now I have absolutely no idea because we got 7 men in this 6-man challenge.
Tyler O'Hara with a great start. Also Bobby Fong with a good start from the front row.
All I know is whoever wins this race is going to win $5,000. Will it be Tyler O'Hara going back to back? And we'll also, hey, with this being our first race, let's see how they can fit 2 of these big bikes in a tight area, because to make a pass, you're going to have to stuff it in a position you're not used to being in.
Just like Rispoli's trying to do right now on Kyle Wyman there in the turn 6, didn't quite make it.
But he got choked down, right? I mean, it's hard. This track's not meant for 2 big bikes like this to be going this fast in a tight confine. You got to make your room, Roger.
Tyler O'Hara looks like he's trying to make a break.
That Indian looks fast, doesn't it? He's trying to pull out, and now the black flag is coming out for somebody. Let's see that. Okay, McWilliams, and that's what I think. I think he thought he was in a qualifying spot, and he realized he wasn't the last second. But
3 wide into 10.
Oh, and there's Kyle Wyman up into 2nd spot. He's got one more spot to go, and he pushes too hard. Down goes Wyman, and the Harley Davidson hits the floor. Oh, man, and it comes to that point. Did he ground out before and it just kind of slide out from under him?
I think he was a little bit offline from that pass that he made into 10. He could see Tyler O'Hara trying to break away, and, you know, he really does have a nice gap now. 1 lap already down, 2 to go. Push
the envelope a little bit too hard. And, you know, Bobby Fong qualified 2nd. He moved up that last second on another Indian. Fong's the one that I think I'm kind of surprised isn't up there. And look at that, a great run by Wyman.
Yeah, just as soon as he flicks it right. I'm not sure if he bottomed out or what, or a little bit offline, but he could see Tyler O'Hara trying to get away, and he didn't want to let that happen. 3.
Let's look at it again. This left side. Does he hit the strip?
Looks like he hit the engine.
I think he caught the motor on that strip, which is a little bit more elevated than the rest of the asphalt. And as soon as he made contact with it, he doesn't have tires on the ground. So unfortunate for Kyle Wyman. Now, if you know this, you're Tyler O'Hara, you can't back off because you've got James Rispoli back behind. I think Rispoli might have closed up a little bit this lap.
Tyler O'Hara doesn't know it. By the time they could put it on his pit board where Kyle crashed, would have been too late.
Is this playing out in James Rispoli's hands? O'Hara out there running solo. If he's not going to catch a break as far as you know, any aero advantage. You see Bobby Fong back there in 3rd. He's trying to move up to 2nd. But this is a winner-take-all kind of race. 3rd gets you nothing.
And they're already just one lap to go.
Going down that downhill. Again, anything happens. Tyler O'Hara could have a mistake. He did take a look back to see, is it Kyle? Who is it that's behind me? It is James Rispoli, and he's well behind you. Actually, 1.1 seconds arrears.
Actually, that Bobby Fong was the fastest person on track with the fastest lap of the race, that last lap.
So this may be a good testing session for Bobby Fong. He found something on the last lap of his qualifier. He may be finding a little racing attitude right now. We know he's a fast racer, but doing it on this bike is a different story.
You can see they're closing the gap visually.
They only have about a half. Oh, and there it is. There it is. And this makes Bobby Fong really want to push hard because he was putting the pressure on. Something happens to O'Hara's bike. Bobby now has a chance to win when he was in third a minute ago, and James Rispoli needs to hold on for a few more turns. Travis Wyman's watching this all go on and going, hey.
This is Indian versus Harley as well, so we're going to see who's got the top speed.
Who's going to do it? Rispoli on the Harley Davidson, number 43, punching that hole down that straightaway. The Indian closing up. We know there's a left-hand turn towards the end. Now you see Bobby Fong going to the outside. Whoa, make that the inside. He doesn't even wait till he gets to the end.
Look at him, how he's upside there on turn 10 on the inside, blocking that inside.
He's guarding. Look at that. That is the racecraft of Bobby Fong that won in the Supersport Championship 2 years ago. He's got a right-hand turn down at the bottom of this hill. What is Rispoli going to do? He's going to not be able to do anything. Guarding that inside, getting that drive. Bobby Fong goes down the straightaway, takes the Mission King of the Baggers Challenge victory on that Indian. What a run for Fong, and that's why you can't back out when you're Bobby or James.
And you caught it. You never know what can happen in one of these short races like that.
I hate it for Tyler O'Hara. I hate it for Kyle Wyman. For Kyle, pushed a little too hard. Tyler didn't have anything to do with it. It was a mechanical. Something caused him to drop back. But Bobby Fong and the racecraft pushing his way from, was he at fifth at one point? It might have been at least fourth, and working his way up into taking the victory. That Screaming Eagle is really screaming over there in the gravel trap. And he's going to have his chance to get it back going again, getting ready for the Mission King of the Baggers race tomorrow. And, I mean, that's the big race for them. But the challenge is won by Bobby Fong.
What a good race, though.
Is this indicative of what we're going to be seeing the rest of the day? We've got Stock 1000 is going to be our first typical Moto America race. It's hard to say these are non-typical type motorcycles. These baggers weren't, originally meant for, road racing. But boy, do we have some good racing here. Look at this. The yellow paint. You see a spark right there. Yep. Made a little bit of contact, just a little bit of elevated. And I talked about that earlier for those of you just joining us, how these are special built side cases and stuff, trying to get that clearance that they need, because these are wide, much wider than they're used to on a Supersport or what have you sport bikes. Oh man, just pushing hard. And hindsight's 20/20. If he knew what he knows now, that O'Hara wouldn't be there at the end.
But also, I think he's seen, with the race being so short, he's seen Tyler O'Hara kind of made that gap. He didn't want to let him get it too far away with the race being so short. Yeah,
you saw how hard Kyle Wyman pushed there and how aggressive he was. And he was on a good line. It looked like everything. I mean, would that extra 2 or 3 inches being off of that curbing, would that have made a difference? Or was it at that point he was coming in hot? Would he just have so much lean that he couldn't hold it?
Just being a little bit off. You seen how far inside he was making that pass, so I think it just kind of put him offline a little bit, and also pushing hard, making sure, trying to get going, try to reel in Tyler as quick as possible.
Taylor Knapp giving him a ride back to the paddock. And you see, and I pointed it out yesterday with the swing arm. Look at those heavily modified swing arms, the engine cases, the baggers, the elevation. Everything about these bikes is to make them more race-worthy. Roland Sands goes from one of his riders not being able to qualify a moment ago to Bobby Fong jumping into second and qualifying, pushes him into this race, and then he pushes it to victory there at the end. Oh, the Fonger needs wins, and he got one early. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this Mission King of the Baggers challenge. he's happy with the run, but he wanted one more spot. Good jump by Kyle Wyman. We saw McWilliams. Not sure. I don't know what happened there. I didn't think he was supposed to be in the race, and after qualifying 7th, but nonetheless, they pulled him off of the track. You see, not the best start for Taylor Knapp back there in the back, but look at this. Kyle Wyman pushes hard, trying to catch up with Tyler O'Hara. Looked like he was trying to check out. He's out of the picture. O'Hara's now running away with it. Look at this gap that we have right here, and you see the two guys kind of putting the pressure on back there, but I didn't think they were going to catch them until this happened.
Now Tyler O'Hara last lap having an engine problem there, or mechanical, and opened the door for Bobby Fong. Getting in the draft on the last straight right here, headed into turn 10, blocking on the inside.
I thought it was going to come all the way down to this turn, that left-hander, but he made it happen early. He made it into the right and kind of kept James Rispoli guessing, and he guessed wrong. And Bobby gives him a thumbs up, and James gave him a kudos. You know, I mean, you can see it even in his eyes. I think they were both happy with that run, but only one guy walks away with $5,000, and that's Bobby Fong. I hope the fans, I mean, they definitely got their money's worth in that race. That was an awesome exhibition, an awesome show from our top 6 qualifiers in the Mission King of the Baggers. There's your official results, with a couple of DNFs down there at the bottom. Kyle Wyman and Tyler O'Hara taking 6th and 5th respectively. Mission King of the Baggers challenge. And it's the Indian taking that challenge to victory, ahead of the Harley-Davidsons in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Look at that. Bobby Fong gets his name on that 5K. Let's send it down to Jason Wygant and the Fonger.
All right, always exciting, and we want to really thank, of course, is our CEO and our chairman of the board. Come on over here to the middle and congratulate our winner. So we got Juan Gonzalez here at Mission Foods. As always, thanks for doing this and handing over some big money to these riders, and you can see they were fighting for it.
It was a great race, Bobby. Congratulations, and I'm glad that you're the winner of the Mission Challenge race.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Juan Gonzalez. So there it is. Bobby Fong gets it done. Bobby, you were 3rd with a half a lap to go. How did you get that done?
Man, it was weird in the beginning of the race. I had it sounded like I had a problem, and then the first lap they were giving the black flag. So I started slowing down, and everybody passed me, and I was like, am I going to get the black flag? And then they finally gave it to Jeremy, and I was like, okay, now I got to go. But no, man, these guys are riding great. This Roland Sands Indian and SDI Sacramento Mile, this bike is running great. I'm having a lot of fun, and we got some top-notch guys up here, and can't wait till tomorrow.
Everyone's wondering the transition going from the Superbike to the Bagger. How's it been for you?
It's definitely a big change, but you could push these hogs, man. You could really get going. I think we're doing 32s or 3s or whatever we're doing, and you could really push these things. And it's some exciting racing out there, and I know a lot of these fans are here just for these baggers, so we'll try to put on a show tomorrow.
All right, it was definitely a show today. Congratulations to Bobby Fong. Thanks to everybody at Mission Foods. The Bagger Challenge from Mission Foods is complete. I'll send it back up to the tower.
Thanks a lot, and you see the smile on Bobby Fong's face, and one of my favorite riders to watch, and always an aggressive ride, but having to do it on that big bike, it's a different world on the Mission King of the Baggers for him. I mean, this guy was winning championships in Supersport just a couple of years ago, but now to do it on the big bikes. But you see, even James Rispoli, you see, he's happy. He put on one hell of a race. Only one guy could win that 5K, and it was Bobby Fong. Travis Wyman finishes in 3rd, but they were giving it their all. Bobby kept him guessing.